Hi, everyone. Welcome to Octero. We're going to channel a message from one of the ancient Egyptian gods. Okay, so let's just see who comes out today. Oops, okay. So Anuket just flew out, the goddess of hope. All right, so I feel like you need to have hope if you don't have hope, but let's just see. Anuket, what is the topic of discussion? All right, intuition. Okay, so I feel like you need to rely on your intuition for something. Like you relying on your intuition is what gives you hope, or it's like the two go hand in hand. Like, because your intuition is just like an intuition. You have to hope that it's right or something like that. Yeah, I hear you saying like, yeah, I hope my intuition is right. I hope my intuition is right. All right, so let's just see what's going on here. All right, we have the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Swords reverse, the Page of Pentacles reverse, the Ace of Pentacles reverse, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Swords with the Two of Swords on the bottom of the deck. All right. All right, so I feel like you're happy that you listened to your intuition or something like that. You're like, yeah, I'm so glad I listened to my intuition and I didn't do something. So I feel like you know what you want and you're not going to like move around that. You feel like anyone who challenges you, you're going to basically tell them about themselves, or this is what you do. Like, yeah, I want what I want and I'm gonna be a bitch about it, because it's not even being a bitch about it. You're just like, I'm not gonna let anyone play with my what I want or what I intuitively feel. I feel like you're being a little over the top. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're being a little over the top here, is what I'm seeing. Like, it's like you just no one can tell you about yourself or something like that. It's like, yeah, this could be because of like something that happened in the past. You know what you want and that's it. You're like, if anyone tries to ever dare say that you can't have that or this is not going to happen, then you would literally curse them out. Like, you really believe in something that much. Anuket sees that. Let's just go ahead and pull your angel number. All right, we got 2252. So this also shows the numbers 222. So there definitely could be like divine timing at play. All right, so maybe you feel like at a certain time something is gonna happen. I'm not sure what it is, but I just feel like you know when to say no based on your intuition. Like, you know how to say no to people. I feel like you know how to read people. You're like, I feel like you're learning how to say no, or you're learning how to say like no or deny people by listening to your intuition. Like, someone is not no longer gonna be a people pleaser or something like that. Um, okay. All right, we have regret. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna regret nothing. I feel like, or you're like, yeah, I regret doing that in the past. I'm not gonna do it again. Like, I feel like if anyone tells you, like, yeah, you're gonna regret doing something, you're like, yeah, I know I regret doing that, but I still have hope. So this is what I see you doing. You're like, yeah, you're telling someone they're gonna regret something or something like that. So I feel like this is what you're saying. You're like, yeah, you're gonna regret doing that to me, or you're gonna regret this. Like, you intuitively know that. You have hope of like, if someone like didn't give you something, or like, I feel like you're in a space where someone didn't offer you something that you deserve or something like that. You're like, yeah, my intuition is telling me that one day these people are gonna regret doing that. And I feel like if someone ever tried you, you would actually say this, like, yeah, you're gonna regret doing this to me. All right, we have the first house, awareness of self. I am. So yeah, I feel like you're aware of who you are, what you want, and what you're doing. Um, you even understand your own regrets. I feel like you are very just going to be self aware right now, or for the next couple of days. I would definitely check your first house to see which planets are transiting it, because that is what's causing you to intuitively feel like you know what you're doing. It's like someone is trying to tell you, like I don't know who's saying who regrets what, but I feel like it could go two ways. It's like you're like, yeah, I regret doing that. I'm aware of what I did. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, yes, I regret doing that. I know what I did. From now on, I'm gonna use my intuition to hope for a better future. And for others of you, it's like if people want to deny you for stuff, you're like, well, I already know who I am, so I'm not really gonna regret that. Like, like rejection is protection type of thing. Like you're just really aware of what's going on. And then we have celebrity status. All right. So I feel like maybe you want to be like more popular, or you want to be around like influential people or something like that. But I feel like this is what you want, or what you feel like is gonna happen. Maybe like, you know, you're just popular because of something. You're like, yeah, I don't want to be popular because of that. I want to be popular because of this or something like that. But it's like I don't know if you have like social media or something, but people are like, "Oh, you're gonna regret posting that, or you're gonna regret saying that because one day you're gonna be popular." And then it's like people want you to regret saying things or bringing things up. Like you intuitively know it. Let's say for example, someone here your video blows up. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna dig up your old tweets. Remember when you said that? Oh, don't you remember? Don't you regret when you said that?" So I feel like you're realizing like you have to be very aware of what you do if you want to become popular or self-aware. People are going to try to find like old tweets or make you regret saying things or doing things, but you're like, I know who I am or something like that. I just feel like people are just like weird like that. All right, and then we have the planet Neptune coming out. Yeah, so this planet governs illusion, stuff like that. So I feel like this is what's going on here. Like someone wants you to feel like pessimistic, or say things that are like harsh and stuff like that. Like I feel like just be very careful of what you say. I'm getting like be very aware of the messages that you are putting out on the internet or something like that. I feel like you are aware, you are intuitive, like you're pulling intuition. So I feel like you already understand this or know this, but Anuket is glad that you still have hope in yourself, is what I'm getting. So I feel like the advice is to just be quieter, not don't say too much. Um, yeah, I feel like you know you just need to think before you speak. Yeah, because I feel like you're gonna come off like all over the place or disorganized, or like you don't have your stuff together. So um, yeah, just be very careful. Don't say anything that you will regret, basically. But I feel like if some of you are coming up, there's gonna be some people who are gonna look for something for you to regret. So there's like two sides to this situation. Or like if you're like getting recognition at work, it's like, oh yeah, like they did such a good job on that project, and it's like, oh, someone's like, oh yeah, well, did you know what they said on like the internet, or do you know who they look up to? Like it's like um it's just people want to be like petty or something. I just feel like you should just not say anything. Like just keep quiet. Like keep all of your intuitive thoughts to yourself. Like just be aware of who you are. Don't care what people think. I feel like if you know who you are, it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't phase you. And then we have hundreds. Okay. So you're like missing hundreds of something. I feel like you made a bad investment, maybe like $100, $200. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm aware of that. I regret doing that. Move on. Like it's like some people don't want you to move on or something like that. It's like everyone forgave you, or it's like people forgave you, but it's like this one person. I feel like it's a Libra, Scorpio. or earth sign, it's like someone just doesn't want you to move on. I feel like just don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Don't mention it. Like if someone's like, "Oh, you regret that?" And you're like, "Yeah, I regret that." What? And it's like they want you to elaborate, but you don't need to do that. It's an illusion. It's people trying to like make you stay stuck. I feel like just don't say anything. I feel like you're happy because you've been through this. I feel like people don't understand that the reason why you are the way you are is because of the things that you've been through. Like you're able to have self accountability. Like you're aware of who you are, the mistakes that you've made in the past. I feel like people want to use that against you. It's like that energy of like, like it's like when you tell your secret because it's like, oh, y'all can't use it against me because it's not a secret anymore. It's like people want to have leverage over you or use something against you, but I feel like you're like, no, you can't do that because I own my mistakes. Like I feel like this is what's going on here. You own your mistakes. People don't want you to do that. Yeah, high honor and toil and labor. Exactly. You're still high honor. You did the work. Like I'm getting like spiritually. You're doing the spiritual work. You're high honored. I feel like Anuket said this is honorable for you to see the regrets that you've made or see the things that you could have done better. Use your intuition to make better decisions in the future and know that that doesn't have to be who you are all the time. Like, you're like, yeah, I want to go through these experiences. I want to be, able to look at my past and say, oh, yeah, that's the old me, or, now I know more, like now I'm better or something like that. I feel like, this is what's going on here. What lies beneath the situation? Is there anything I'm missing here? All right, getting played. Yeah. So I would just be careful not to manipulate people or something like that. Like I feel like this is what people are gonna say. Oh, you're a manipulator. You're lying to people. Whatever. You're like, yeah, I regret doing that. Sorry, I manipulated you. Sorry, I lied to you. That was terrible. Um, like I feel like that's all you can do. I feel like just people just don't want you to have hope in the future. They want you to stay stuck and want you to be sorry for yourself and oh, I have so many regrets and oh, yeah, yeah. No, you're happy. I feel like you're still content even though you've been through this stuff. I feel like it's like someone doesn't realize your connection to God and like you like yeah, I feel like someone doesn't understand like that you have a connection with God. You and God are on the same page, understand certain things. Like but once again, the advice is just to stay quiet. Like I feel like you don't have to explain yourself, even though you're gonna do it. I feel like this is what Anuket wants you to not to do is to over explain yourself or why, yeah, okay, I had these regrets. Like, no. So this is what Anuket wants you to do. When anyone comes to you to bring up your past and they're like, okay, yeah, I accept that. I apologize. Okay, but in the future, like it's like she wants you to just not focus on that. It's like people want to drag you to the past. She's like, no, just focus on the future. It's like no, no, it's just like, yeah, oh yeah, the Phoenix, new phase. Yeah, it's like you're different. The Phoenix like is reborn, completely different person, changed. You're not that same person that you are remembered to be, and that's gonna confuse people. So I feel like you need to be ready for that. Um, People who are going to try to use your past against you because I feel like because it's like you're actually able to get this celebrity status or to blow up or something. It's like just know that there's a lot of self awareness that comes to being a celebrity. Like celebrities just can't post whatever; they have to consult their team and like. So I feel like this is what you have to do. You have to consult your spirit team before posting things. Like you're like, yeah, am I going to regret that? Am I going to regret saying that? Am I going to regret doing that? It's like you have to be very diligent and use your intuition to make sure that you protect yourself because it's like there's not going to be a lot of forgiving people where you are. All right. So let's look at this angel number now. We got 2252 here. Just give me a few seconds. All right, this angel number confirms that you will achieve incredible things. You need to stay in charge of your life. It says a sign of good times and start over a new leaf. Your angels are proud of you, and you need to stay in charge of your life no matter what. Angel number 2252 needs you to remember that you are going to be able to achieve incredible things if you just focus on the idea that you are worth the effort it is going to take to get ahead. Yeah, so this is what people want to do. People want it's like you're being pessimistic. Like, don't do that. Like, you really need to just like really think positively and know that you can always start over a new leaf. Even if you had things that are done in the past that you were wrong, you can always start over. I feel like people don't realize that people change. You can start over. You can become a different person. You can be reborn like a phoenix. You can rise from the ashes. To say you did something to burn yourself or burn somebody else. You can always just rise back again. Someone could actually live in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm leaving a message there. I really hope this brought you clarity. If you feel like it did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care.